Today at LLanford Park we go from this to this. But first, let's run the intro. Today I'm going to make some coal loads for my Graham Farish N-gauge 16 ton mineral wagons. I'm going to use 3D printed parts that I've designed and printed because hey, who can resist bringing two hobbies together? 3D printing and model railway. It's a win-win. You could achieve the same result by using a cardboard to form the base. With this method the loads are removable and you only need a thin layer of the model coal to make the coal load. And you can download the 3D printer files for free. I will include a link in the description below. I have also designed and printed this 3D former because I didn't want to get wet PVA glue anywhere near my nicely weathered Graham Farish mineral wagons. And as you'd expect, this former is the same size as the mineral wagon itself. The advantage, it's got the hole underneath, so it makes it easier to push out the load once the PVA glue has dried. We start by putting some cling film over the former, then push the base into it. This just forms a seal for the PVA glue and also makes it easy to release the base after. I would add that I have sanded the top of this base to ensure that the PVA glue adheres to the base nicely. This is neat PVA glue that I'm putting a thin layer on here because I want the first layer of the model coal to have a good bond to the actual base itself, so it doesn't separate from the base. The model coal I'm using for these loads is the Easy Loads coal. It seems quite realistic and it was reasonably priced. And so now we can start adding the model coal itself, start forming the load. I like to use a lollipop stick because I like to try and put the coal into the centre of the wagon to try and simulate how a hopper would fill, and let the coal naturally fall down to the edges and the corners as it would do in real life. Well, that's the idea anyway. Okay, so that's the coal load filled, and now we can start to move on to the next step, which is bonding it all together with PVA glue. So before PVAing, I'm just going to give it a gentle spray with water just to stop any surface tension, making the little coal roll into balls, just as you would do with ballast in a track. So the PVA glue I'm using here is a 50-50 water and PVA with a drop of washing up liquid to break the surface tension, and I'm just using this pipette to just gently soak the coal load until it's saturated. And once the PVA is finished, I will put these aside to dry for a few days to make sure they're properly cured. Okay, so this is actually 1 week later now, and these 6 coal loads that I made have been curing for that time. So now I'm going to take them out the moulds and then we can clean them up and get them into the wagons. Okay, so we gently pull the loads out of the moulds. Some come out easy and others, some need a bit of push from underneath, some just pull out. And we can get the cling film off and then we can clean up the edges. To clean up the edges I use one of these nail polishing boards. They're very smooth, only slightly abrasive, and ideal just to take off any overage of PVA glue. And once we've given all the edges a clean, we can test fit this into the wagon. I also gave the loads a quick wash over with Velio black wash just to dull down the shiny PVA. Okay, so there's a load fitted nicely into the wagon, but one more thing is important to test is that the load does come out easily, and for this I just use a model knife. Just gently insert it at the back without too much force, just to check it lifts out easily. And there we go, removable loads completed. Okay, so let's get this in all 6 wagons and get it on the track, and let's have a look at it.